Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another speed build video. My name is Chermibear. How are you guys doing? We are building a, I'm gonna call this a small Hamptons inspired house or something like that. I spent like 10 minutes just now just scrolling through YouTube looking at names for builds, wondering what to call mine. I still haven't settled on it, but I did get very inspired by Hamptons houses in the Hamptons. I don't really know how you say that, but that's what I did. You will notice that this is a shell. This is the small simsie shell, if you can see what it's titled as on the top left hand side of the screen. I downloaded the shell because I was like, ooh, Little Simsie has a new shell. And then this is like, I don't know, 2 weeks later that I'm posting this video finally. I haven't even gotten this on the gallery yet. I did post like a little video of the preview of the final, well, the video of the final build on Twitter like last Sunday because I couldn't get this up on time. I've been struggling really badly with my schedule, but I hope things are getting better soon. We'll talk about that more in a little bit, hopefully. But so I mean, the toughest part of making this build come together was making the roofing. The roofing makes sense. I used many pieces of roofing, and I think it turned out pretty well. The little slopey side roof piece that you see at the front door entrance area is going to change in a little bit, and I edited out the change. I don't know if I edited it out or I did not record it, but either way it's going to change a little bit. For now it looks a little bit whimsical, but we decided to change it into something more straighter. But I really like how it looks like later. And then here I was like, this is like a Hamptons looking house. I was googling like what Hamptons houses look like, houses in the Hamptons. I don't really know how you say these things. And then I think I was just like trying to figure out generally how would the house in the Hamptons look like, and I realized they are usually really big, so not small like this. This house is really small, by the way. Like on the inside is like the size of a small sized apartment in San Myshuno. But there's a lot of like outdoor area. The front and the back of the house is really big, but because the shell itself is small, I couldn't really like extend it. I wasn't really intending on submitting this shell anyway, but I was like, let's just try to play by the rules and see what we come up with. So this is what happens. I don't even think I'm going to submit this as a shell. I'm just going to upload this as a build. But I used Little Simsie's small simsie shell. Yeah, so you can see that the little driveway, the curved driveway thing is like coming together. I do put down like a little flower pot thingy in the middle. Shame that this debug item doesn't have different swatches because the white is a little bit stark, but I made it work because the whole build is a little bit more on the gray and white, sort of like stony bricky feel, so it kind of worked together. I made the flowers in this pot kind of fit that color scheme as well, so everything kind of felt nice. I don't know why I wanted a flower pot here, but it was just like a spark of inspiration and I went with it, and I think finally it actually looked like it belonged. So I'm really happy about this little thing. It's actually in the, I don't know, but yeah, this house is when I was looking at like kind of designing the floor plan a little bit, I was like, this house is kind of small. It's really like an apartment. I could only squeeze like 2 bathroom or 1.5. No, not really. I could add a shower into the second one, but basically it's like one big one ensuite with like 1 bedroom and then 1 smaller guest toilet. And the living, dining and kitchen area is really small. You'll see when we move into the actual interiors of this house. It's really small, but it's interesting. I think it turned out really nicely. It looks really how would I say it? I made it look really stately and expensive and luxurious on the outside. I love it really much, but somehow, because it was when I was building this, I was on my period, okay guys. And if you guys have periods, or if you have someone that shares with you how it feels like to have periods, you will know that the brain sometimes don't really work very very well, and you don't feel like doing anything, and even if you do feel like doing anything, it doesn't mean that whatever you do will succeed. So that was what I felt when I was working on this. I was super crampy. I was not in the best place, but I really wanted to get this done, so I tried my best. And what happened was, when I reached the interiors, it turned out looking really odd. Like, the exterior looked really prestigious and all, but the interiors turned out looking a little bit more quirky, like quirky slash retro slash 70s, but the outside looked really different. I don't know. It was just really hard, okay? You could tell that I skipped past a lot of like landscaping, the details. I did spend a lot of time trying to put like debug packages that looked like paved stones on the side to make it look better. Just explaining so you guys know what happened there. But this is the kitchen area. You can see that the living area is really small. So this entire open space area is pretty much just going to be the kitchen, the living room, and the dining room. I could fit in like a decent sized kitchen, which is not bad already, and I decided to add like a divider sort of situation here. It's one of my favorite things to do when I want like a open closed open concept, no, half open concept kitchen space in a house like this. It does close off the area a little bit, but it makes it make more sense. Like, it gives each area a little bit of more of a purpose. Thankfully, I come from a place where all the apartments and all housing is really small, aka Singapore. So yeah, I have a little bit of experiencing houses that are super small. The only downside is if I'm always trying to make my builds livable, or like not livable, sorry, functional for Sims. So whatever space saving techniques that the Sims cannot recognize but we recognize in real life, I don't use, and therefore some things do take a lot of space. I feel, but overall it looks really good. Like the Sims, they're really fussy about how much space they need to leave. So I guess in that sense, good for them, because for us here in Singapore, and I guess some other places like Hong Kong, for example, and Japan, most places actually that has a lot of small apartments and not enough big ones, places without land. Oh my god, so little space. But yeah, I was like, oh wow, since there's very little space, and I'm designing this for like 2 Sims, like a couple, I just tried my best to make something work while adding as much necessities and things that you need to leave with in the space. So like a TV area. You don't really need a TV, but well, I guess for the sake of building a living room, I made a TV. And I also fussed a lot with like trying to see if I wanted to do custom furniture, like what I was doing with that 2 cabinet thing, and then I decided like 1 accent table is enough, and then I went for that. The wallpaper and the flooring, you could tell that I was also like kind of struggling as well, and this entire area with the TV, I struggled a lot too. I really just cut out a lot of my struggles, because I tell you, period brain really means that I cannot function and I cannot think, and all of my ideas are kind of poop. So like only some of my ideas ring true in the end. And yeah, but I think in the end, I think I came up with quite a couple of new methods of maneuvering space in this game to make it look nicer and make it look more special than when you just put down regular furniture and stuff. So yeah, I kind of like how the TV area turned out. I just turned the long kitchen cabinet around and used a tool mod to kind of put it back into place. You can actually do that without the tool mod as well. You can just like remove the walls around that will affect the cabinets, and then place the cabinets how you want it, and then redo the wall. It's quite easy. It's quite easy and straightforward to do without the tool mod, although the tool mod is always highly recommended in my books. I also, when I built this, When I started on the interiors, actually, the new pack, the My Wedding Stories pack came out, so I had access to the new things like the curtains and the table ornaments. What ornaments? Like the flowers, flower pot and stuff, which I did use. I used the flower pot for this for the dining table. If you can take a little peek over there, you can see it behind. And yeah, I wanted to use the curtains really badly, and then in the end I was like, okay, those curtains don't really fit here. It's just way too heavy and way too big for what I want, so I ended up not doing that. And I replaced the coffee table with this more like classic marble version compared to the peony one from Paranormal that I really like, but I haven't really been able to use it even once because it's really ornate and it really requires like a certain type of build to be able to, you know, use that thing. So moving on to the bedroom, the master bedroom, the only bedroom in the house. It's really like a small apartment size, isn't it? When I was done with the floor plan, I was like, oh, okay. But actually, it looks really fine. It's a really small space on the insides, but there's a lot of outdoor space. There's lots of space for a lot of outdoor activities. You'll see in a little bit. It's all in the backyard area since the shell itself is small, but it doesn't mean that I cannot add a lot of space around it. So that's what I did. And yeah. Yeah, this is the bedroom coming together. I went for like a beigey white brick kind of theme, lots of plants. I really liked what I did with this like backdrop for the bed. I really layered on all the different curtains and the leaves. I layered 3 different curtains, as you can see there, and I think the layering made it look really good. I didn't layer the one where the sofa is because I think it was too much, so I just left it bare like that with just a leaf, which I thought was enough. And yeah, I really like how this like little headboard window bed behind situation turned out to be. And I was a little bit torn between like the white bed sheets and the blue bed sheets. I ended up with the blue. And the workspace area, because I was like, I usually forget to give a space for my Sims to be able to use their computers and stuff in my build, so I was very happy to still be able to add in like a workspace area in front of the bed in the bedroom for my Sims here. And I also managed to squeeze in well, it's not really a squeeze, there's a lot of space. I managed to squeeze in another like standing cupboard wardrobe situation beside the toilet door because I kind of shifted the door a little bit. If you can see it, you can tell. You will watch. Wait, what? You will see it later. I thought I would be better at voiceovers by now, but nope, it's not gonna happen because I just can't seem to get my videos up on time a lot. Well, speaking of, that's why I've been struggling with like, you know, PMS and I've been talking about this on stream quite a bit, so if you guys don't watch me on stream, right, I think it's a good place to go to hang out with me. I'm there like every Mondays to Fridays, so lots of time for you to catch me. But I was just saying that every year around like February to March-ish, I get into this weird slump where I cannot be productive. My head's just not in it for anything. I just wanna cease existing half the time. And it always happens around like Tuesday, oh my goodness, around February. Around February or March-ish, usually February. So this entire month of February has been really tough for me. I'm really happy that it's already March and I already feel a lot better. Like I'm just having my period now, so it's not that bad, but February was so tough, guys. So tough. I struggled so hard. I'm so glad it's kind of over. I was talking to some friends about it and they were saying that it's kind of like some people call this the winter solstice slump or something. I don't know, some people say that it's because like you don't get enough sunlight during winter, so the body doesn't really know how to thrive, it just knows how to survive. But the thing is, I live in Singapore. It's sunny. There's no such thing as like winter. So what is this about? If you believe in astrology though, it's Pisces season, like it's Aquarius and Pisces season, and me being I'm a Gemini with my moon in Aries. me and my best friend, we have like a theory that I just cannot with Aquarius season and Pisces season somewhere around here. So that seems to be the most explicable explanation so far for my slump. If you guys know horoscopes and astrology, maybe that will make more sense to you. If not, just pretend I was just feeling time with idle chatter. Even though I wasn't, I was just talking to you about how like everything was a struggle. And therefore, I don't know, I feel like normal Sherm wouldn't have made the interiors look like this when the exterior is like a prestigious Hamptons house situation. Even if it's on this smaller scale of things, I think I made the outside of the house look so pretty, so elegant and just like desirable. And then I went inside and then I just made it look so cozy, but in a very like 70s way. Maybe it's the colors, I don't know, but that was what I really wanted to do. So I tried my best to change it up, but I couldn't. So what happened was I moved back out when I was moving on to, well, I guess when I was moving out here to work on decorating and filling it up with like actual things, like furnishing it basically. I tried to incorporate more quirky things because I feel like the patterns and the colors, they are all quite very much on the quirky 70s sort of like vibe, like almost like grannies live here. So I tried to incorporate some of those patterns in so that it doesn't look so jarring when you enter. Like imagine if you visit like a new friend's house and you're like, oh my goodness, your house, the landing is so nice and so dramatic, and I love the roundabout driveway situation you have, and your landscaping's beautiful, and then you walk in and you're like, what is going on? Why is it so weird on the inside? Because I totally imagine that being a thing if this is a real life situation, and this is how I created this house. It's so weird. But I don't know, I love both insides and the outsides quite well, but not necessarily together. I like them separately for different builds, but for some reason my brain just liked what I did here like this, although I knew while I was doing it that it was weird. So I asked my partner like, what do you think of this? And then he was like, no, I told him what I felt this was going to be like, and he was like, I don't think it's that bad. And then I posted that video on Twitter, right? So he was looking at it, he was also watching it as well, and he was like, actually it wasn't that bad, like it actually doesn't look that bad, it was just you in your head. And I was like, really? But it really does feel like it's a different vibe though from the inside and outside. But I think he understands where I'm coming from, but it's really not that bad. He said that I made it sound as if like I was completely out of my mind, so maybe I was, I don't know. But anyways, we're reaching almost the end of this entire speed build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys didn't mind my chatter. The backyard is going to be filled with activities and skill building items for your Sims, because I didn't know what else to do here. Like all of the bases are covered, even though this is a really, really small space. So yeah, thank you so much for watching me all the way to this point. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to see more videos from me in the future. And don't forget to also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and watch me on Twitch. You can follow me on Twitch and figure out my schedule. Everything is linked down below. I appreciate you guys very much. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.
아침에 눈을 뜨자마자 느낀 설레임 blossomin' 향기로운 달콤한 햇볕에 노인거리는 꽃 같아 다 보고 싶지